streaming service or exclusive originals and stuff like the Food Network, stuff you like. Good to have you in. Blazing 5 top the next hour. So the LA Rams are a little bit like their rival, the 49ers. We think of the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, as an offensive genius. But they got to a Super Bowl last year because of their defense. It allows Garoppolo, when he's healthy, to be a complementary player. The LA Rams, McVay, we think he's an offensive genius. No, what they're really built around, their defense. It allows Goff to be a complementary player. He had one great throw in the opening drive, one huge throw in the third and fourth quarter. He's allowed to be a complementary player. And when the LA Rams can write the script of a game, McVay's 34-0, leading at half. And last night, you could tell in the opening drive, they're writing the script. They're controlling the tempo. They're controlling the line of scrimmage, and Goff is comfortable. When they write the script, they're very uniquely built to beat the NFC. I don't know about Kansas City and Pittsburgh. I don't know. But they're 8-0 against NFC teams not called the Niners, winning by an average of 11 points. When they can write the script, they're really as good as anybody in this league, including, we saw a couple years ago, including Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs. We saw that in L.A. Last night they wrote the script. Green Bay doesn't love to be physical. They can do that. Seattle, bad offensive line. Meet Aaron Donald. Tampa, who's got Mike Evans? Jalen Ramsey. Put heat on Tom. They did. They really match up with everybody very well in the NFC. But here's something else about the Rams, and it's very unique. For the third year in a row, they are remarkably healthy. Tampa, injuries all year to their stars. Dallas, Philadelphia for 3 years. Seattle fell apart last year. Pittsburgh, Devontae Adams, Green Bay. Rams don't suffer any injuries. What about Todd Gurley? Yep, shipped him off, solved it immediately, Cam Akers. Like they figured that out within a season. Andrew Whitworth is hurt. Well, they've drafted well. They've got a good young player behind him, and Andrew's coming back. He'll be on our show later. Everybody's going to have injuries. Nobody's saying you go through a season without them. The Todd Gurley dilemma, they had a winning record even with that. But now they have 3 legitimate running backs. Is it because they don't hit as much in practice? They just don't. They don't hit as much in practice. Sean McVay was the first coach to do this 2 or 3 years ago. I forget, Joy. No starters play in the preseason. No significant starters. Everybody blanched. Oh, whoa. And he's like, why? He didn't play any of his starters. Now everybody in the league copies it. They have the least hitting in the NFL during practice. Whoa, you can't do. I just saw Lamar Jackson have one practice over 2 weeks and beat Dallas. I think they're on the precipice. They're doing some things culturally that nobody else is doing. And you look around this league, it is an attrition league. The Niners have fallen apart. Pittsburgh's fallen apart. Dallas, Philadelphia, Seattle last year. The Rams are, for the third year in a row, overwhelmingly healthy. I mean, I look at them right now. They are Whitworth away from having everybody. 3 healthy backs, 5 healthy receivers, 2 healthy tight ends, 4 healthy offensive linemen. Goff not getting hit much, has never missed a game. Aaron's healthy. Brocker's healthy. The secondary has 1 safety. And by the way, this team drafts a bizarre number of safeties. 1 safety banged up. All the rest of them good, young, and healthy. So there's a little secret sauce to this cultural movement in the NFL about it's a weapons league. Nobody's weapons stay healthier than the Rams. I don't have an answer for it. They've obviously drafted well. They've got very few whiffs. So if Gurley's out, boom, they've got it solved. Robert Woods misses a game, boom, they've got it solved. But some of this, maybe it's luck. I just don't believe in coincidences, fate, and luck. Once again, last night, against one of the more physical teams, New England, not a single player walked off hurt. Like, that's just the way the Ram games go. Joy with the news.
No.
Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
Oh, by the way, Whitworth hurt, coming back. And they have a great left tackle from TCU backing him up, who played really well last night.
Their offensive line looked great.
Looked fantastic.
Goff sacked 1 time last night, I think.
Yeah.
That stadium is amazing.
Oh, my God. It is unbelievable.
It's great.
I feel so bad. You get a new stadium, And nobody can go to it in L.A. And L.A. is very restrictive compared to other states. Like, it's like beyond restrictive.
No, it's specifically just Los Angeles, too. Like, not even
Orange County. Right, just L.A. County.
We are the only place on Earth, well, not on Earth, in America where COVID still exists. So Baker Mayfield is coming off his best game of the season, throwing over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns in the win over the Titans.
Yeah.
And the Browns GM, Andrew Berry, was very impressed with the growth that he has shown in his third NFL season.
I think Baker deserves a lot of credit in terms of how he's approached this year. I don't know that the challenge of going into a third offensive system, no offseason, can be appreciated enough externally. That's no easy task for any player, let alone a young quarterback. I think everyone can see his growth really from quarter to quarter to quarter over the course of the season. And he certainly deserves a lot of credit for the work that he's put in.
Yeah, no, I think he does. I totally agree. Now, it does help. I think their offensive line right now this morning is the best in the NFL, and I don't think it's really arguable. So, not taken away, but that is a huge part of this league. When Dak came into this league as a rookie, and that Cowboys had the best O-line in the league by a long shot, he went 13-3. When you can't get to the quarterback.
And Zeke looked different as well.
Yeah, Zeke looks really average right now.
Well, I mean, when you look around the league, who are quarterbacks that you think could make it work with just an average offensive line? I think Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he would still not have the numbers he's having now.
I think Russell Wilson is doing it with an average O-line.
Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, they would just have to rely on the running game more.
Aaron Rodgers has a quick release, so he would do okay.
But he doesn't like to get hit, though.
Josh Allen for Buffalo.
Yes.
But
there's only a handful of guys that really, if you don't have a solid offensive line, are not going to be able to do what they do.
It unravels almost everybody.
Right. So, there's a lot of factors. And similarly, Carson Wentz, that's a factor in what's going on with Carson Wentz as well, which is why, his teammates are coming out saying it's not all him. But you do still have to go out there and perform, and Baker is doing that. Not only has he done everything that they've asked him to do, he did show in that last game that he's able to throw the ball still if they need him to do that as well, and that's what you want to be. You want to be a team that can win multiple ways. The Titans are a good team. They're very inconsistent, but they are still a good team, and that was the best win that they've had. They should be thrilled with where they are. They're 9-3. They are a good team. I'm not going to put them at great yet. They're second in the AFC North, obviously, to the Steelers.
If they beat the Ravens this weekend,
it's a Monday night game. That's a great Monday night game.
You start getting to a point where you start. I'm going to do my Super Bowl bubble before the end of the hour. I got 6 teams in it. I'm just saying, you're getting close. That's all I'm saying. That's all the tease I'm giving.
Browns in the Super Bowl bubble?
Never happened on the show. They've never even been on the periphery of the Super Bowl bubble.
They've never been on the outside of the bubble? So the Saints have won all 3 games that Taysom Hill has started this season, and that's gone a long way towards the quarterback solidifying his future with the franchise. According to Jeff Duncan of The Athletic, his performance has bolstered a team's confidence in Hill as the eventual heir to Drew Brees' job.
Wow. Well, I get, it's just... Okay, ask yourself this. So Taysom Hill is doing what Teddy Bridgewater did. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're both winning, right?
But they do not look the same.
They don't. They're different players. But if Drew would have retired this year and Teddy would have been the starter, I would have been like, yeah, I thought Teddy had like a 5-team market. I would have been like, yeah, next 2 years with Teddy and Peyton. If he starts winning the next 2 games, you get to a point where you think to yourself, you can probably go a year or 2 with Taysom Hill. I'm not saying 9 years.
Yeah, I don't think this is a so I guess you look too much, I think, into the wording of it, like the future of the franchise.
Right.
He's not the future of the franchise, but for the next 3 years, sure, why not? I mean, he's doing the winning that they're asking him to do. Now, again, I would give more credit to Sean Payton, who's putting his entire team in a position to win.
Also, their defense is
incredible.
It's like the Rams. It's really stacked.
And they have a lot of weapons for Taysom Hill as well. But he deserves credit. Like, he's going out there and getting the wins.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I was not sure what to expect. So I'm impressed. This weekend's game is going to be very interesting, though. We're all going to be watching because we want to see what Jalen Hurts does for the Eagles. I mean, obviously, I think the Saints are going to win that game. I just don't think the Eagles have enough. But they have the Chiefs, Vikings, and at the Panthers left on their schedule. So they don't have an easy schedule for the rest of the way. Drew Brees, obviously, still injured. So I think we may see him against the Chiefs, depending on, if they feel that he's 100%. He was already practicing last week.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that. But either way, Taysom's doing everything that they're asking him to do. And if Drew Brees retires this year, they already paid Taysom. So.
Yeah. Why
and Jameis is still on the roster. Maybe you keep him as well.
Yeah.
So Paul George agreed to a 4-year